You gotta be kidding me.
We got Packers at Lions, divisional game. Let's get another good one here, huh? Let's make this a good game. Must starts, risky starts, and don't starts, guys that you got to have in your lineup, guys that we're contemplating. We're saying, hey, maybe you need to prepare for something else. And then don't starts, don't even think about it. Starting out with our must starts, and it was kind of hard here because it was like, oh, well, I was about to change it live, but I'll still roll with this, and maybe he'll be an honorary mention. But it's gonna sound dumb. My must start is Jahmyr Gibbs, and I just don't want you to worry about like the down week on Thanksgiving. It was disappointing. You only got 10 points out of him. He was so good, and then he fumbled, and I don't know if he kind of got put in the doghouse for the fumble. It was also the revenge game for David Montgomery, and I think Dan Campbell might have just fed into that a little bit and just let David Montgomery just kind of keep going. I do want to talk about real quick. If you've been online lately, you may have been hearing about Jahmyr Gibbs posting a photo on social media that had like code words or something like in the background of it, something on the whiteboard behind him. And Dan Campbell didn't know about it until a reporter pointed it out to him. And so if you have concern here, don't. I think Dan Campbell, honestly, I think that might be the opposite effect. I think Dan Campbell might be like, you almost want to leak our plays. All right, well, I'm gonna work you then this game, or like whatever. I almost think it's gonna be a negative effect. So anyway, I don't want anyone to be worried. There's so many bye weeks. You got to start Jahmyr Gibbs. So it might be a layup, but I'm just gonna say Jahmyr Gibbs is a must start.
I get it as well because of also the tandem, and Jahmyr Gibbs hasn't always had amazing games, and with the rumors from social media and Dan Campbell be like, Jahmyr, come here. Do not leak our plays online, okay? I'll bite your kneecaps.
What the hell was that?
What the hell are you doing? All right, don't ever do that again.
All right, so here's my must start.
Here's my must start. Packers at Lions, division game, can go either way. Honestly, Packers could win. You never know. But my must start, I think, is Jayden Reed. He's been too damn good.
Okay.
And I think you have to line him up. He had another solid game against Miami. He hasn't been all that consistent, but if you've got Jayden Reed and you have a wide receiver that is on a Packers team that not only is fighting for the playoff spot, but they are still in this race for the NFC North, I think you can roll him out. I think you should roll him out. Prime time under the lights in Detroit. Let Jayden Reed rush and receive a touchdown. I think it'll be a great game for him.
Yeah, I'm a little worried, and so Jayden Reed's my risky start. It's just the inconsistency. It was so hot to start out the season, and then Jordan Love goes down, and then even with Malik Willis, he still had another great week in week 4, 27 fantasy. Oh no, sorry, Jordan Love had to come back. Yeah, that was a miraculous turnaround of his return. Yeah, but so it was Jordan Love's in, and he's wide receiver 1. He's out, he's back in. And he's wide receiver 2. And it was like, oh my goodness, Jayden Reed is the steal of the draft. And then it was like, okay, he's the wide receiver 25 and the wide receiver 25. And then he was like outside like the top 60 for a couple weeks. And then it was like, okay, he's back a little bit. He's wide receiver 17 with 16.3 fantasy points. And then it was like, oh wait, he's outside the top 40 again. What's going on? And then he scores again. And he's got 19.7 points. And so he's just, the inconsistency is a little scary for me, but the matchup is against Detroit, who previously this season, he was the wide receiver 17 against. He had 6 targets in that game for 5 catches for 113 yards. It's you can't really run the ball against Detroit, so you do have to pass, and I believe that he'll be a fine option. He should be. I'm just a little worried about the inconsistency, so he's my risky start.
Well, in a similar way, I don't know if this isn't contradictory because we see it all the time, but my risky start is Jordan Love. I do not like this matchup for Jordan Love. And Jordan Love has had some good games, but he's only scored over 25 points and 6-point passing touchdowns twice this year. Okay, the first one was week 4 against the Vikings when they just decided to score everything in the fourth quarter, and that was it. And then against the Cardinals 2 weeks later, and then since week 6, he's not scored over 25 points. And in fact, he's had a single-digit game against the Jaguars, which he got hurt, so you can't hold that against him. But against the Lions, I know he was still a little bit hurt, but here's a stat line that he had: 39 attempts, 23 completions, 273 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, finished with less than 11 points. I do not like this matchup for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
I do not trust this. And I do remember last season when Jordan Love played against the Lions in prime time and he got demolished.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time we thought, I don't know about this Jordan Love guy. I'm not so sure. So I do not like it. I think it is a risky start for Jordan Love in your lineup to make playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I think, there's probably I'll say 3. I don't think CJ Stroud's a starting quarterback. With 3 possible starting quarterbacks on a bye, I get it if you need to. But yeah, I don't love it. It's not ideal. I don't think so.
I'd start Tua. I'd definitely start Tua over Jordan Love.
Same. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't start here. Sam Laporta. I hate that dude.
That's the reason. You just don't like him.
Yeah,
what a silly guy.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Don't start Sam Laporta.
Hate that dude.
see how this works. No, I don't hate him. Because I think this is just sophomore slump, as they call it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you take a look right here at just available tight ends in just one league I have here, I don't know. Would you rather start Mike Gesicki against the Cowboys Monday night over Sam Laporta? These are just available tight ends.
He's got one league I've got. He got 5 targets in that game, and I thought that was interesting because T. Higgins was in that game. Probably not, but I'd probably start Noah Gray.
I was just about to say no. That's the next one.
If we're talking about tight ends or score touchdowns, and that's Laporta is the same thing. It's like, is he going to score a couple touchdowns? Noah Gray's getting more yards. I'd start Jatavian Sanders if he's back.
3 touchdowns, isn't he?
I'd probably start Juwan Johnson with Taysom Hill being gone now. Juwan Johnson was getting some good targets. I'd start Will Dissly if he's available. Even after the goose egg and the 1 target. I mean, I get Sam Laporta out of your lineup, man.
Laporta's going to get.
This is how it's going to go
right now.
That's how it's going to go. Is that everyone's going to start him again because he scored 2 touchdowns and then he's going to score 2 points. So I mean, whatever, dude.
Okay. I hope this
hate that dude.
Right.
Me too. Every time I call him out and say you shouldn't start him or he's a dud, he then does great. So
he does great.
Read into that how you will.